Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the front of your screen, there's a question based in trigonometry that is displayed. And the question goes like this. It says, if sine theta is equals to 4 over 5, evaluate 5 cos theta plus 4 cosec theta plus 3 tan theta all divided by 4 cot theta plus 3 sec theta plus 5 sine theta. Now, these are specific trig function and their inverse. Let me take you down the memory lane. Cos theta, sine theta, and tan theta are specific trig functions. But sec theta, cosec theta, and cot theta are the inverse of the specific trig function. Now, when you see sec theta from the word secant, right, it can be theta, it can be alpha, it can be beta, depending on what you are representing as your angle. So when it is sec theta, the fastest and easy way for you to memorize it is if you count up to the third letter. The third letter is C. So sec theta means the C there means cos. So that means sec theta is the inverse of cos theta. If we go to the second one, we have what? Cosec theta. So you count up to the third letter. The third letter is x, meaning that cosec theta is the inverse of what? Sine theta, because the S there stands for sine. Now if you go to cot theta, if you count up to the third letter represents tan, means that cot theta is the inverse of what? Tan theta, right? So that is that for that. So let's go back to our work. Now, we need to get, we have sine theta already, we have to get cos theta, we have to get tan theta, we have to get sec theta, we have to get cosec theta. Now let's start. You know, for you to get your sine theta, your cos theta, and your tan theta, you have to get them through a right angle triangle. Now, the good news here is that they are all positive, right? So it means that the angle falls in the first quadrant. So if I place my 4 cardinal points this way, and I'll assume this is my 0 degree, this is my 90 degree, this is my 180 degree, and this is what? The 270 degree. In between 0 and 90 is my first quadrant. In between 90 and 80 is my second quadrant, right? In between 180 and 270 is my third quadrant. And in between 0 and 270 is what? My fourth quadrant. Now, the first quadrant is that all the trig function, specific trig function are positive. So you see all here from the word all, that means cos theta, sin theta, and tan theta, they are all positive, right? If I want to now draw from that aspect, I'm going to draw a line this way. I'll draw an angle this way, and I'll put the inclination there to be what? Theta. So now I'm going to complete it to form my right angle triangle, right? So this is what we have here. All together. So everything there is positive. If it was that sign, one of them is negative, probably two of them is negative, like cos and tan, is going to fall in the second quadrant. So as we proceed in our videos, we're going to get more understanding about how we do that. So for this, it falls in the first quadrant. Now, from here, if you look at the question, it says sin theta is 4/5. From the word so, katoa, let's take the one that we have, we call it so. So simply means the sine of the angle, what angle we're talking about is theta, right? Is equals to the opposite over hypotenuse, right? So opposite over hypotenuse. So it means that the value on top of the division sign is the opposite, while the one below the division sign is hypotenuse. So I'm trying to say that the numerator is opposite and the denominator is hypotenuse. So if you look at this, your triangle here, it's a right angle triangle here. The side facing the angle is always the opposite. So it means that I'm going to put 4 here. While the longest side here, the inclined side is the hypotenuse, so I'm going to put 5 here. So it means that I'm looking for what? For x. I'm looking for what? The adjacent. Now let's start. Now in doing the adjacent here, we are going to apply Pythagoras theorem. Applying Pythagoras theorem, right? Let's start. The Pythagoras theorem is telling me that the longest side square, which is the hypotenuse square, is equals to the adjacent square, which is the x, plus the opposite square, which is what? 4 square. That is just the law of Pythagoras. Now we know 5 square is 25 equals to x square plus 4 square is what? 16. Now if I collect like terms, if my 16 is going to the left hand side to meet 25, I'll be having 25 minus what? 16 equals to what? X squared. Now x squared now will now be equals to 25 minus 16 is what? It is 9. And when the square goes to the other side, it will now be square root of 9. And square root of 9 is what? 3. So x is 3. So I'll place my x here to be equals to what? 3. Now, if you now see this, let's start. Our question is telling me that we've gotten the adjacent already. So we'll now start looking for the respective trig function, specific trig function. So from the question, we know that sine theta is equal to 4/5. Right? Similarly, cos theta from the word ka, and from the word sokatua, the word ka there, C-A-H, right? Meaning that the cos of the angle, what is the angle theta, is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So my cos theta is adjacent. What is the adjacent here? Means the x-axis here, which is what? 3, should be 3 over what? Hypotenuse, well, 3/5. Are we good? Now the next one we have is tan theta. Tan theta from the word toi, right? Meaning tan of the angle, what angle? Angle theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Now what is the opposite? The opposite is the side facing the angle, and that is 4. So we have 4 over adjacent, which is the horizontal side, which is what? 3. So 4/3. Then we have the sec theta. The sec theta is what? The inverse of cos theta, just like I told you earlier in the video. So the inverse of cos theta, that means sec theta is what? 5/3. So if cos theta is 3/5, it means sec theta will be what? 5/3. That is the inverse. Then the next one we have cosec theta. Cosec theta is what? The inverse. If you can remember, the third letter is sine, so inverse of sine. So if sin theta is 4/5, it means that cosec theta will be what? 5/4. Then the next one is cot theta. Cot theta is the inverse of tan. So if tan is 4/3, means cot will be what? 3/4. So these are the values of the specific trig functions and their inverse. So I'm going to implement what I have here into the expression above. So let's start inputting. So from the first one, we have 5 cos theta. So 5, the cos theta is what? 3/5. So instead of me putting cos theta, I'll put what? 3/5. So we have 5 into bracket 3/5, right? Plus 4 cosec theta. So we have the 4 there multiplied by cosec theta. So cosec theta here is given as what? 5/4. So I'll put inside the bracket 5/4. Plus 3 multiplied by tan theta. Tan theta is what? Is 4/3. So I'll put in the bracket 3 into bracket 4/3. All divided by 4 into bracket cot theta. Now what is cot theta? Cot theta is 3/4. So I'll put the 3/4. plus 3 sec theta. So what is sec theta? Sec theta given as 5 over 3. So 3 into bracket 5 over 3 plus 5 sin theta. What is sin theta? Sin theta is 4 over 5. So I put into bracket 4 over 5. Now if you look at this, all the whole number you are seeing there is like they're over 1. So the 1 at the denominator will cancel the 1 at the numerator. So 5 will equate 5, the remaining 1, right? So 5 times 1 will give 5 times remaining 1. So 1 times 3 will give us what? 3, right? So what is remaining here is 3 plus 4 will equate 4, remaining 5. So we'll put 5 here because 4 in here 1, in this 4 1. So 1 times 5 is 5, 5 over 1 is still 5. So 3 will equate 3, remaining 4, so we have 4 here. All divided by 4 will equate 4 at the numerator, remaining 3. Then 3 will equate 3 at the numerator, remaining 5. Plus 5 will equate 5 at the numerator, remaining 4. When you add everything in the numerator, you have 12, and when you have add everything in the denominator, you have what? 12. So 12 equals 12, we're left with what? 1 over 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. So this is the answer to my question. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that when I upload more videos, you're going to be notified. Thanks for watching.